Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's Season 5, Episode 3, and we're back as promised for our next two games. A huge game, the biggest in this save so far for us, followed by our first league game at our new club. Obviously we're sitting down near the bottom of the table at the moment because we haven't actually played a game yet, so we haven't had a chance to put any points on the board. If you haven't seen the first two episodes of this season yet, make sure you go back and check them out. I'll put a link in the eye above so you can go and have a look. But for those of you who have been with me for the last 2 days, you'll obviously know there have been loads of achievements and milestones reaching this save. Obviously we've moved abroad for the first time, we're at Coleraine in Northern Ireland. If we go to our schedule you can see we played our first Champions League game. We've played in the Europa League qualifiers and caused a major shock against Maribor to get through to this stage against young boys from Switzerland. And obviously the last episode culminated in us winning our first trophy of this story so far. Only the Charity Shield in Northern Ireland for the 5th time in a row for the club. But we won against Portadown 2-0 and we're on the board for the season. Since you were last with me, we've had our draws for the two cups. We've got Maiden City away from the 3rd tier of the Northern Irish Pyramid in the Bet McLean Cup 2nd round, and Hibernian under-20s in the Iron Brew Cup 2nd round. Obviously today's doubleheader will decide whether we come back for the two games immediately after. If we're still in the Europa League tie, you know we'll be showing the second leg. And if our first league game's a bit dodgy, we'll show the Linfield match as well, because they're a big club in this standard. And they're also the second favourites for the league behind us. But if we win the league game comfortably and we're all but out of the Europa League, then we'll come back for those other two cup games, which will be the episode after if not. If we can squeeze 2 more big episodes in and win some trophies, it would be great. My plan is to only spend 1 year here if our reputation can increase, so hopefully we won't be hanging around for too long and we'll get to see some different trophies. It's a league I've never managed in, so it's fascinating for me as well. So hopefully it will be for you guys too, and you'll get to see something a bit different to what normally happens in Football Manager, where you see us going from the bottom of the top in England or ending up in big or biggish European leagues, to being somewhere completely different and so close to home as well. It will be a bit different and hopefully it'll be enjoyable too. But let's get into this first one. You can see just how heavy underdogs we are against young boys of Switzerland. They're a great side. We saw at the end of the last episode they've got players on 10 grand a week and players worth 9 or 10 million pound. So competing at this level is going to be difficult for us. But we're back to pretty much full strength. A lineup you're already pretty familiar with, I'd imagine. John's in goal, Kane, McKellany, McManus and Conlon at the back. Dooley and Burns on the wings, Harkin and Cotoy in the middle, McManus up front with Danny Burke, who's been the hero of this Europa League run so far. We haven't got McStravic on the bench because of injury, but pretty much everyone else is there, bar Gallagher, who got injured in that cup final a few days ago. Most of these boys are well rested because they didn't play on the Monday night, or certainly didn't play the full game, so hopefully they'll be raring to go today, and they'll need it because we're going to be doing a lot of chasing. They're playing a 4-2-3-1, a formation we struggle with normally. We'll challenge them to pick up where they left off, but I can't see what good that'll do. We're going to have to defend a lot in this game. And before you all slate me afterwards, if it does happen, we do know we're likely to lose this game 4 or 5-0, like we were expecting against Maribor, to be honest. The fact that we're even playing this tie is a miracle in itself, and I'm absolutely astounded and delighted to be here so early on at the club. As Harkin puts a cross in early and we nearly took a shot lead again, it's exactly what we did against Maribor, but look at them on the counter-attack. We've got 2 men, now 3 back. They've got 5 surging into the box. The goalkeeper's completely missed the cross, and Suleimani on the left has got it to the edge of the box for them. They've had a shot blocked, but the second time of asking to get it away, and it's saved by Johns, but we can already see the difference in the pace of their counter-attacks. And look at that stadium there. I don't know how close to representation that is. I'm guessing I'll find out when I watch the Champions League game in real life in a couple of hours. But they've got a full stadium. It's a big old ground. And it looks like a fantastic league night. And if you think we were playing in the National League at a semi-pro club last season, to be able to come here and play a game like this is an absolutely huge step up, despite not being there in terms of club reputation. The fact we're at this stage makes it absolutely brilliant to watch. They're controlling the game in the middle. They've got in with Tarashaj, and they've given a penalty. Conor McManus might get sent off there. Nothing's given in the end, but they've got the penalty with Suleimani now. Chris Johns can't get there. It's in the top corner, and we're 1-0 down already. Don't know if it was a penalty. It's very hard to tell from that distance. And I guess if you were standing on the touchline, you wouldn't notice little tugs of the shirt and things like that. So we'll have to trust the referee's decision. But where's VAR? That's what I want to know. But straight from the kick-off, we've tried to get in behind. We've had the warning to close Buff down, the centre midfielder. He's been causing a bit of trouble already. There he is again, setting it off for the midfielders. And they're bringing it forward comfortably. And I think you can probably already see this is going to be a couple of classes too far for us. Tarashajin again has a shot from the edge of the box, but straight at the keeper. And we've held on for 1-0 with 10 minutes gone. The ball's cleared long up to McManus, and look, it's coming straight back at us. This is going to be like one of those FA Cup ties we had at Bognor and Dover, where we just watched the opposition have 25 shots a game. We ended up losing, I think, 6-2 to Luton last year, my beloved Luton Town. So I think we might be in for something similar today, with the exception of us not getting 2 goals. They've got it again on the edge. They've had 5 shots already, 2 clear-cut chances. We're only 12 minutes in. They've got it in the box again with Suleimani, who's put it wide. But we are living very dangerously. They've got the ball back at the back again. They're bringing it forward comfortably in the middle. They're absolutely dominating play in there. And I'm really getting concerned about this as they have another long distance shot. That's 7 for the game for them in 15 minutes. And it's a goal kick for us. But the highlight's never ending. It's just one long highlight of them having shot after shot after shot. Tarashaj again to Suleimani. Cuts it back. McManus heads it away from the header Mane. Mata on the right in for Tarashaj. Again it's cleared. But they've got it in for the 3rd time. It's back to Haas on the edge. But he's put it wide from the edge of the box. They're coming forward again now down the middle. 25 yards out with Suleimani. Back to Morioka. Into Mane and Tarasaj again. But he's put it wide. 20 minutes gone. 10 chances. 3 on target. And a few clear-cut ones among it too. We have lived very dangerously. But on the half an hour mark, it's still only 1-0. They've picked up an injury on the right wing and have brought on Asaidi, who used to play for Stoke and Liverpool, which shows how strong they are in comparison. We've got it on the right though. McManus out to Dooley, puts the cross in towards Burke, but it's straight at the keeper Roberto, and that's the best chance we've had at getting towards their goal this half, and we haven't done anything with it at all, and they're straight forward on the counter-attack from the keeper's kick already. Suleimani's having fun on the left-hand side, so he puts it into the middle. Morioka's shot saved, but Asaidi, the sub we've already mentioned, taps in on the rebound, and it's 2-0 to Young Boys, and we can't say they haven't deserved it. We've been absolutely outclassed, and I'm going to recapture my days of my San Marino challenge back in the day, where we're the worst National League side in the world, and we're going to go counter-attacking, because otherwise this could end any score. I'm going to think about bringing on a holding midfielder at half-time, because we need to make sure the confidence doesn't go for the league games. Obviously that game we're going to show you in the second of this doubleheader's in 2 days' time, so most of this team isn't going to be playing. So the last thing we want is players of lower quality who aren't confident in a squad that's just lost heavily. We're about at half time then, it's 2-0, they are looking complacent, so maybe we can take advantage of that. But I think we need to go more defensive. Again, our assistant manager's telling them to say how well they've done at 2-0 having not had a shot on goal. So we're going to get into the tactics screen and see if we can bring on anyone defensive. I don't think we've actually got anyone who can play there. Kotoy can play in the holding role, but not very well. We'll see if there's anything else he can do there sensibly. Not really, he can play as an anchor man, so I tell you what, we're just going to do that. We're going to keep Burke up front to try and hold the ball back and put McManus into midfield. We'll swap the players we've got over so we don't have to make a sub just yet, but we will eventually have to do that. Burns has moved into the middle, so we'll give him that deep line playmaker role, and we're just going to try and keep it 2-0. It's the sort of thing I absolutely hate doing, but at this standard we can't afford to lose confidence at the club already, especially after our trophy win on Monday night. To get rid of that confidence straight away would really be a downer on the morale. But they're coming forward immediately in the second half. It's not going to make much difference. We're still going to be under pressure. We've just got to make sure there's not as much going forward. Asaidi's picked up a knock and given away the foul, and we've got a chance to bring it forward now, but we're getting messages galore to close down their players. But if we close one of them down, they'll just find another one. Suleimani's got time, finds Mata on the right. Morioka in the middle out to Asaidi, who has a shot from 30 yards. What a goal that is! I mean, you could blame the keeper for getting beat there, but that is a wonderful strike. And it looks like they've brought on a better player than what they had already. They've had 18 shots with 6 on target now. We still haven't had a shot at all in the match, let alone on target. And the new defensive formation isn't going to do anything to help that. We are going to make a sub in just a moment's time. We're going to get Dooley back out to the right side and give McManus a rest. He's going to be a key player in the league game for us. We'll put Aaron Burns back out to the left wing and bring on Macaulay in the middle and see if that can make any difference for us. With the hour mark, they're coming forward again, and this might end up being a one game episode because it's going to be so long watching them attack for a long time. But they come forward on the edge again and their shot's gone wide. Another highlight just 2 minutes later and they're coming forward again. They've got the ball on the edge of the box in time and space again. We can't keep them away. I don't know what's happened to our anchor man because he's not sitting there. He's not stopping them on the edge of the box. They've put the corner in which the anchor man Kotoy heads away this time, but it's only fallen to them again. Conlon clears out and is just hoofing it away, trying to give away a throw-in, hoping that's the best movement for them. They've gone back to the keeper and they're just so confident. And at 3-0, we're out of the tie. We're not going to have to worry about showing the second leg. But let's not forget the achievement that we've made as a semi-professional club. with 1.5-star reputation to get to this stage, playing against a team that are playing in the group stages of the Champions League in real life. They're a fantastic side. They've got players worth 10 million and on 10 grand a week. They've got players who used to play for Ajax and Premier League teams, and we've just got to be happy to be here, and hopefully we'll get some of the gate receipts from this game because it looks fantastic out there. Dooley struggling again, so we're going to bring Clark on the right wing. We're also going to make a change at left back and give Doherty a go in the Champions League to replace Conlon, who's looking a bit nervous. Kane's got a throw on the right. Can we at least get a shot on target? Burns on the edge of the box and we can't. But it is a shot just generally, and that's something a bit different, and something to encourage us at least. It's nice to have one during the game. McKelleney's got it at the back and goes for the big long ball over the top, but we haven't got that forward running in behind anymore, as we're very much containing to try and keep this result. They're bringing it forward comfortably in the middle again, and the fact that they're complacent now is making no difference at all. But they are trying to shoot and score wonder goals from 40 yards, which bar that strike from Asaidi early in the second half hasn't worked at all, and with 15 minutes to go it's still 3-0. We've got a goal kick with Johns here, a big long clearance out to Clark on the right, who's got a bit of space actually. If he can find a man in behind, in the end he goes backwards to Burke. Burke's got the ball out to the left for Burns if he wants, but Burke's come back to give it deep, and he's the only man up there. We've got it to Harkin on the edge. He goes for the shot, and there's our shot on target. Roberto with a comfortable save, but we have got a couple of shots away in this second half, and we've tested the keeper after 75 minutes. Clark finds Harkin. Harkin to Kotoy, has a shot again which is blocked, and Harkin's got the ball 30 yards out. I tell you what, it's a late rally if nothing else, but the highlight ends with us holding possession in the middle of the pitch. They've got a free kick. Asaidi again goes for goal. Johns makes the save to prevent his hat-trick for the substitute. It's been fantastic for them, probably the difference maker. Without him, we might have got away with a 1 or 2-0. So we're actually going to end up ruining the injury to their first choice right winger. Bonaventura's bringing it forward for them with Nuhu. 35 yards out, they're just keeping possession now. They seem quite happy with a comfortable 3-0 as well. They know they're in no danger, and we know we've got no chance of getting into it. You can see our fitness levels are all in the 60s there, bar Lyndon Kane from the starters. So we're going to really struggle in 2 days' time to put out a big side in the league, as they put a cross in from the left that hits the bar and goes just over. And we're going to hold on for 3-0, I think. It's a decent result given the circumstances. I was expecting, as I said at the start, 4, 5 or 6. So I'm quite proud of the performance. It's a fantastic effort. We've really struggled against a really high quality side, shown by the former Premier League player who scored 2 goals, including one absolute master strike against us. But we've lost 3-0, we're not going to worry with the second leg. We'll be back in a moment for the first league game of the season to see if we can get on track for defending the title for this club. Right, we're back for the second of this doubleheader today. We're back to league action, domestic action for the first time this season. We're the only team in the league that hasn't played a game yet. Cliftonville have already played 2 and are in 3rd place unbeaten on 4 points. Let's have a look at the lineup we've got for today. It's only been 2 days, as we say, since the Europa League game against Young Boys. We got beaten quite soundly. We picked up an injury to our right winger Dooley, and Calica's still not back from his injury, so we are a bit short. Our young lone striker Stephen's still out as well, but it leaves us with this lineup for today. We've got Chris Johns in goal, Kane, Towell, McManus and Doherty at the back. Clark and Conlon moving forward from left back on the wings, with Harkin and Macaulay in the middle. McManus is up front with Jonathan McMurray, who is by no means a target man, but I don't have many other options. So let's get into it and hopefully we can do okay. Down to 5 subs for this league game, which is a bit annoying. But the teams are warming up and we're just about ready to go. There we go, we're back down to the semi-pro leagues and 2 classic 4-4-2s, that's what we want to see. We'll give them a bit of encouragement, and to be honest, over a season, I reckon we can win this league quite comfortably, particularly with these 2 more games where we've got the Europa League to worry about. I might even rest players in the Europa League, but I'm horrified to think of what the score will be. It might be 10 or 11 if we play reserve players at this level against a team as good as them from Switzerland. So we do have to think about that very carefully. But it's something I'm considering. Don't forget, it might be Saturday and we're playing that Europa League game on Thursday, but we've got a massive game against Linfield, the league's second favourites, in 3 days' time on the Tuesday night as well. So we've got a lot to worry about so far. As Cliftonville hit the post early on, McMurray holds it up, and can we catch them on the counter with Harkin? Harkin tries to get it in behind. It's been all Cliftonville so far. Back down with Cliftonville on the left-hand side. Here they come. A lovely switch out from McGill. What a cracking pass that was. Fraser crosses it for them to Donnelly. Now this Donnelly up front for Cliftonville is Rory Donnelly, formerly of Swansea, a proper good player from the Football League. McManus gets it down for Toll, and we've scored. We're 1-0 up. The 2 centre-halves combine to score from a set piece. What a classic old goal that is. We do love a set piece. Man marking there from the Cliftonville defence, which went horribly wrong as they lost some markers. And you just think if they'd had a couple of players marking zones, that might not have happened. But fortunately for us, they chose all man marking and it went horrifically wrong. We're 1-0 up and hopefully we can defend this title, even with our rotated team. Doherty, oh, what was that? Oh, I've spoken too soon. We said Rory Donnelly was the danger man, but what has Doherty done there? At left back, he's just headed the ball across goal to set them up. And he's come in today because we're a bit short at the back. And let me tell you, he won't be playing many more again. Conlon, the first choice left backs, had to play in midfield. And we'll be keeping him at the back next time because we can't afford to be giving goals away like that this season. Particularly if we're going to have to worry about juggling other competitions with a small squad too. Our director of football hasn't spent any of the remaining £5,000 a week of the wage budget yet. We'd love 3 or 4 more players, but he's just not gone and got anyone. McManus gets a cross into McMurray, but it's headed away. Harkin gets it wide again. Conlon on the left. Delivers for Harkin. We're back in the lead. 2-1 up after 14 minutes. Conlon's good in any position. We're going to make one quick change. We don't want to float the crosses. We want to whip them because neither of the strikers can head a ball to save their lives. So playing with the target man's just elementary at the minute. The ball's headed away from another corner and Clark gets it to Macaulay on the edge of the box. Shot blocked by his own man and now it can come on the counter-attack from Cliftonville. They're bringing it over halfway and again they're causing us trouble down our left. Doherty's won it back this time. Did a lot better there. Just seems like it's in the air where he's got a weakness. On the floor he was absolutely fine. Harkin's got the ball in the middle. He's given it away. And again Cliftonville on the counter-attack look better than us. They've had 6 shots and 3 on target. Similar to us for the on target and a clear-cut chance. But they've had more possession as well. They've been really good. The ball's into the box and the header's free but it's straight at the keeper. Johns is comfortably dealing with that and we're just clear it away long upfield. Conlon's brought it down on the left. Can we get them on the counter? Another end-to-end game, 2 in a row. Might make it a slightly longer episode, but only because it's going to be entertaining. McMurray's got in behind from the long ball. Finds McManus and I thought he was just going to tap it into the empty net, but he's put it wide when it looked easier to score. Half an hour gone, still 2-1 up. And here they come again. It's Cliftonville all the time on the attack. Yes, we're catching them on the break a few times, but they've dominated the game. And McGill has a shot from the edge which goes wide. And we survive again at 2-1. We're just about at the break then. A couple of minutes stoppage time. And it looks like we are going to hold the lead into the break. But we're going to have to be very careful in the second half. And I can sense a don't get complacent team talk coming on now. Here it is then, let's give them that warning. I am not saying I'm pleased with them efforts. I am warning them not to throw this game away. They have been very dangerous, Cliftonville, and we have not defended it very well at all. And really, if they'd have been as good as us in front of goal, they would have taken 2 or 3 chances. Although having said that, McManus should have scored a goal as well. It could be 3-3 in all honesty. It's been a fantastic game so far. They've got it on the right, and maybe the standard of this league's better than I think. I don't know how many points Coleraine won it by, in the last 3 years. I will go and have a look at that off camera between the next 2 episodes and feedback. But I've had another shot blocked out for a corner and they're just putting pressure. They're peppering the goal with attacks, with corners, another cross into the box and Kane hacks a clearance away. They're the sort of ones you see fly into the top corner of your own net sometimes. But thankfully it's just out for a corner which we've defended well so far. But it's fallen back out on the edge. They've got into the box again but an astray pass leads it out for a throw-in and the highlight ends. We're at the hour mark, it's time to think about changes, but we've got a corner first from Clark. He's headed away and they can counter us again with Nickel. Long ball up and we've left 2 on 2 at the back. What's going on there? They've got 2 men over and if they score from this I'm going to be livid. But thankfully Donnelly tries to shoot from range. We've got to warn him to close him down now, but we can't give away goals like that. And look what formation they've changed to. The one I'm scared of. Hopefully we can score a goal to keep that quiet for now. Conlon's got it back to Macaulay. Macaulay in behind, but it's blocked, and Nichol's bringing it away. And they've got the 3-on-3 before we get the chance to change the formation. They're bringing it forward 25 yards out. They've got an overload in the middle. And here comes that cross. McManus heads it away, and it's down. It's 2-2. The 4-3-3 strikes again. Hopefully they'll change back now. But how do you defend this formation? Someone please tell me if you haven't already. They've stayed with it, so we are going to have to think about a change in a second. Harkin from the edge, and his shot's about 20 yards wide. It's absolutely atrocious. We're going to make a couple of changes. Firstly, to the shape. We're going to exploit the flanks. We're not going to play wider. We're going to stay more disciplined. And we're going to go to counter-attacking because I don't know how to combat this formation. No matter what club we've been at and what sort of game it's been, we've always struggled against it. We've got a chance to get a ball into the box from a set piece. Kane into McManus and he's wasted it again. And he's been a real disappointment today. We're going to bring the tired Danny Burke on up front for McMurray. McManus hasn't looked the same man without him. We're basically bringing all the first teamers back in. Macaulay's coming off, Cotoy's coming on. And we're going to bring Burns on, not for Conlon, but we'll put him back to defence. And our sub left back, who gave away the goal basically for Cliftonville, the first one, is going to be replaced by Burns. We're almost back to full strength in that front six there, bar the injury on the right wing, so hopefully we can do something with it now going forward and cause them a bit of trouble out wide. They've had another shot from the edge with Nickel. They have absolutely dominated this game, and if they're a mid-table side, we've got a lot to be worried about. They got in the Europa League first qualifying round this year, but I think they finished third or fourth, so they weren't anywhere near winning the title. But we've got an attacking throw now. Clark's got the ball on the edge, cross is cleared away, and it's another chance for them to counter with the 4-3-3. And look at the man over. I mean, we're playing defensively and being more disciplined now, and they're just running in behind for fun. Our fullbacks are in defensive mode, and it is not working at all. What more can I do than have 4 defenders on defending duty against the 3 strikers? But the fullbacks are still leaving them out of position, and I don't understand how that works. And more importantly, the defenders have all got excellent ratings, despite the fact they haven't defended well at all. But it's bringing forward again with Cliftonville. We're going to change to exploit the flanks a bit now. We're going to go wider, and we're going to go more direct as well. A shot by Heatley off camera, but they managed to put it high and wide, and thankfully we get away with it with just a couple of minutes to go. You can see it's 17 shots to 6. They've had double the amount on target and slightly more possession, and again they're coming forward at the end, and they look like the only team that are going to win it. McGill's put the shot wide, and thankfully we survive, but a draw's the best result we could have hoped for the way we've played. The fitness at the back in particular is really starting to cause a trouble, but we've got him behind with Harkin from McManus. Great save by Neeson, and it's out for a corner. I thought we were going to nick it undeservedly there. As I said, we're struggling with fitness. We do have to remember we played a game 2 days ago, and that is starting to show in the end of this second half, to be honest. They're bringing it away again now, and a draw wouldn't be a bad result. Once we're out of this Europa League, we'll have no trouble getting back up the league with the players. I just need the director of football to get a couple more in. Here's McManus on the right. One last chance with Harkin. Can he get Burke in? He's gone offside at the moment, and that's a poor ball back to Burns. Burns on the left, inside to Kotoy. He finds Burns again, and now we've got 2 on 3 in the middle. Into Burke, and it's a fantastic save again by Neeson. And the last couple of minutes, the subs have really made a difference as they try to nick us the game. Kotoy with the corner into the box. McManus at the back post, and he's headed off the line by the man on the back post. They got a couple of men into zones that time, and one of them heads away. That mixed marking system working much better for them. The minute and a half of stoppage time left, it looks like it's going to be a draw. Not a disaster given the fact they are the 3rd or 4th best team in the league, and the fact that we played in the Europa League just 2 days ago and had to rest some of our players. But we would have liked to have got off the mark with a win, with the amount of pressure on us expecting to win the title. But we've still got a chance. Burke's in behind, 30 seconds left, and he tries to have a speculative effort, as they've said, but it's nearly out for a throw-in. The goal kick will be taken, and I'm sure that'll be full time. It is just about it. They're still carrying on for now. Toll clears the ball forward. It's up to Burke. We're not going to have time to complete this attack, I doubt. Burns has got it on the left. We've got the overlap if we can find Conlon, but it's too overhit and it's going to be cleared away by Cliftonville. Back to the keeper and the long kick. Where's the whistle, ref? It's half a minute over now, and the last thing we want is to lose it. The 3 men up front again with Donnelly. I don't know how he's playing at the mid-table club at this division, but it has finished. It's 2-2. It's a decent result. We're not too upset. We're going to say we're disappointed because we want the highest of standards here, but considering we played 2 days ago, we're quite happy to get off the mark and not to lose the game, especially after the disappointing result in the Europa League. You can see from the table, Glenarvan are the only ones that will be ahead of us if we all win our games in hand, so it's still a fairly decent start. We'll see quickly what they've said about the game, just saying we've held them to a draw. They did have the better of it, but we're not too worried about that in the early stages. If we go and have a quick look at Rory Donnelly, who scored for them, I mean, that's a very good striker at this level. Played for Gillingham and Tranmere in the Football League. He's got plenty of experience under his belt, but he's gone back to where it all started, which is what I hadn't realised. So based on those performances, we've not got too much to worry about in the league, and we're almost certainly out of the Europa League. We want to show you a bit of everything. Now we're in a new country with new competitions to enjoy, so we'll be back for the Maiden City game where we'll play a completely rotated team, and then the Iron Brew Cup where we'll get to play our first team, where we'll get to test ourselves against a top flight under-20s team from Scotland. I hope we'll be able to do well in that one. But that is it from this episode. A massive thanks for watching as always. If you did enjoy the video, please put a thumbs up on there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on our Europa League draw and whether you think we can retain the title this season. How many of the competitions do you think we can win? Subscribe to the channel for regular Football Manager content from this head coach series every Monday to Thursday at 4:30 PM, as well as regular content from FIFA 19 every Friday at the same time. A big thanks again for watching as always, and we'll see you next time.